Hello everyone! Welcome back to another 1v1 Warhammer battle. This is going to be the Forces of Chaos versus Dwarves. For my army, it's being led by Big Bird, the main line, the only line here. We have a total of 5 Chaos Marauders with great weapons, and then 4 Chaos Warriors with great weapons. I have 2 Manticores, one here, one over here. We do also have a Hell Cannon, which is a slight risk against Dwarves, because their cannons can destroy these pretty easily. And then I also have 2 Aspiring Champions. One of my Marauders is also out here, because I forgot to deploy them in the main line, but they will join the battle here soon. For the Dwarves, they are deployed up here on top of this hill in the forest. We have a front line of Dwarf Warriors. We have 2 Longbeards with great weapons, a Hammerer, then we have Thorgrim Grudgebearer, Runesmith, and a Thane, 1 Dwarf Cannon, 3 Quarrelers, and a Thunderer is their army. So yeah, bringing out Big Bird. And for my Hell Cannon, I wanted to try and hide it from what I assumed would be a cannon placement here. I didn't think that the enemy would actually deploy in this forest up here. So I was trying to hide the Hell Cannon because there's kind of like this little lip right here. And I thought it could protect me from the cannon shots, but not going to really protect me much from a cannon that's right up the hill. So I'm going to initially just move my forces up a little bit, but I'm not going to do a hard engage. And currently you can kind of see, judging by the eye icons here, I can only see a couple of the units. I can't actually see the whole army right now. So I am trying to manually fire my shots in between microing my armies. And I'm trying to currently scout with the Chaos Pharaoh Manticores on each side. I think this is one of my manual shots here, probably. It should be going down on a Dwarf Warrior, I think. Yeah. So like half the shots would be AI and half of them will be mine. Again, trying to fire while also maintaining micro and making sure that my Chaos Pharaoh Manticore is not going to die to these Quarrelers. You can see I'm pulling them out right now. Was a little bit of a task. Just a little bit. So seeing that the cannon is currently firing at my Manticore and not at my Hell Cannon, I'm actually going to back my army up to try and get some more time to fire with my Hell Cannon, because now, as we can see, I now can see the Hammerers and the Longbeards. I can see the Quarrelers, so they have some targets here that I would like to take out. I believe my next target is going to be at the Hammer. I already shot 1 AI round at it, and I think this is going to be me firing at it, maybe? I think, we'll say that wasn't me, because it missed. This is probably me, because it's right afterwards. I'd say that's a pretty solid hit. That's a pretty solid hit right there. But anyway, the Hell Cannon is still firing at my Chaos Pharaoh Manticore, so I'm totally cool with that because my Manticore is not doing shit, really. And again, I don't know why my Chaos Marauder was right here, but it should join the battle here soon. But yeah, so I'm just going to take some more time to try and destroy these Hammerers because they are a giant threat to my main line of Chaos Warriors with great weapons, because these guys are fucking Hammerers. So I am just taking them out as much as I can. But you can see the Dwarf army is going down the mountain, so I am going to engage here. I took one last shot with the Hell Cannon, and now I have it firing, or we'll have it fire, I believe, at the Quarreler groups here soon-ish. And we're just going to charge in with my Chaos Warriors, and we're going to be flanking around with the Chaos Marauders. This Marauder, I think, may go after the Quarrelers, I think. But I'm also going to, I actually already did. I'm sniping the cannon because it's been left alone, so one of the Manticores is going to go up there and try and silence that. Meanwhile, the Hell Cannon, right, I think the Hell Cannon is actually firing at a Longbeard right now. It's going to fire in here for a little bit, and I'll eventually change its firing position. But I'm going to try and get Big Bird kind of running around this back line to try and terrorize and fear and do whatever I can with him doing rear charges. He's a very maneuverable hero, and I do not want him to get caught by the Thane and the Hero Squad, but I am going to rush down in the middle to try and assist my Chaos Warriors there. Meanwhile, I'm chasing off these Quarrelers and Thunderers with a Manticore, one of my Aspiring Champions, and then 2 Marauders, who's actually going to be intercepted by this Hammerer, and I think I'm going to eventually get this Marauder over here to deal with the Hammerer as well. So it's going to be Chaos Marauders into Hammerers, which is a pretty good trade on my end, because Hammerers are designed to kill very high armor Chaos Warriors, not Marauders. So Marauders with great weapons into Hammerers is a very nice trade for me. And as you can see, again, I'm trying to micro Big Bird. At this point, I am not really microing the cannon. I just have it moving up because it was firing into this area, I think, and I'm going to have it require targets over here, I believe. And again, my second Chaos Pharaoh Manticore was dealing with the cannon still because I wanted that to be shut down, because I had no protection. And now we're finally getting some Marauders into the rear of these Longbeards and Dwarf Warriors. I'm now trying to run away from the Thane and Thorgrim Grudgebearer because I don't really want to fight them. And I think I'm going to bring Big Bird over here next to try and help the left flank. And again, my Chaos Marauders, Aspiring Champions, and Manticore are out here trying to deal with all of the ranged units. And you can see my Marauders, again, are trading pretty favorably into the Hammerers. We're going to get another group of Marauders in here, and they are going to die, basically, against my 2 Marauders. They are going to be finished. So here comes Big Bird again, going to be coming down in here. I believe I'm casting a debuff. Yep, that's my second transmutation of lead being cast by Big Bird. Again, the Hell Cannon. I'm not sure why I'm moving it back, but now I'm moving it back. I don't know. Listen, I can't explain all my moves. Over here, I think one of my Manticores, yeah, one of my Manticores is dealing with the Thunderer over here. I'm not sure why it's way over there, kind of out of the formation, but it is. And Big Bird is just going to be going around and spreading terror, fear, and doing rear charges against all these dwarves. And you can see the center has been cleaned up mostly. I brought my second Chaos Pharaoh Manticore after dealing with the cannon. I brought it down here to try and assist against the Dwarf Warriors. And only my right flank is kind of troubling, but not really. But that's just because Thorgrim is right there along with the Thane. But I still have a lot of forces here with my Aspiring Champions, a Chaos Warrior, and 2 Marauder groups. And again, now my Chaos Marauders are chasing out some Dwarf Warriors. Over here, the Coralers are starting to come back from routing, but that is okay because I have dealt with the Hammerers, which was the main threat over here. And they have been dealt so much damage at this point that I'm not too worried about them. And we do also have another Manticore nearby to kind of stop any threats. So now we're going to try and focus on the remaining flank that the Dwarves have because this one is starting to crumble even with Thorgrim and the Thane. So we're going to bring those 2 Marauders over here that were dealing with the Hammer. They're not going to be coming back here to deal with the Longbeards and Dwarf Warriors and trying to help Big Bird in destroying the Runesmith and their allies nearby. Also getting some more Chaos Warriors over here on this flank as well. And let's see, my Manticore I think is going to be going after this Coroller group because they're starting to firing on my Aspiring Champions. This Chaos Pharaoh Manticore has just been basically taking out that Thunderer this entire time, which I'm okay with. And as you can see, the Dwarven line is breaking, leaving only Thorgrim Grudgebearer and a Runesmith over here. And I believe this is when my opponent is going to concede the game, which, I mean, I guess the writing was on the wall at this point. I did want to try and fight Thorgrim with Big Bird after I crushed the army, but oh well. So yeah, Big Bird I think is a very good Chaos leader. He does require a little bit more micro, kind of like Kolek. You can't really let, well, I guess it depends on what army you're facing off against Kolek. If it's like a range focused army, you need to be really careful. But in any case, I think Big Bird takes some micromanaging, especially if he gets focused down by enemy heroes and ranged. But he is a fun hero. He's very mobile. It's hard to keep him pinned down. And again, the Medal of Lore, or Lore of Metal, is not great, but it does have 2 spells. 2 spells? At least 1 solid spell. Transmutation of Lead is a solid spell. I'll defend that one. They may have 1 other okay lore. But anyway, so Big Bird got 33 kills. My Marauders, I think, did very well. I'm very happy with the kills they got. It's the same thing with my Chaos Warriors. Aspiring Champions getting 40 kills is really good, considering they're only 500 in cost. Chaos Pharaoh Manticore shut down a cannon and Thunderer group, which is great. And then the Hell Cannon severely weakened the Hammers before they dealt with my 2 Marauders. So I think, for the most part, all my army kind of performed pretty well. And then good game to Crow. Thorgrim netting 49 kills is pretty good. Thane of 10 kills, Runesmith 13. Dwarven line, they were just kind of outmatched by the Chaos Warriors and Marauders along with the Big Bird help. So they're just a little outclassed. Dwarf Warriors are great, but this is a lot of anti-armor for them to fight through. Longbeards did slightly better, and the Hammers, even though they were nearly crushed before they even saw combat, still netted 67 kills. The Corollers and the Thunderers, though, did not get a chance to do anything because I ran those 2 Marauders, Aspiring Champions, and Manticores into them, so they were, well, as you can see here, they didn't really get many kills. They weren't really protected because this opponent did not bring any Slayers to really, well, I don't know how much Slayers would have helped. Well, yeah, Slayers should do really well against the Marauders and the Manticore especially. Yeah, I think they would have been able to shut down my Marauders. And anyway, but again, good game to Crow. Hope you enjoyed the chaos with Big Bird, and let's watch a cinematic view of this battle. Whew. As a dwarf player, I would have definitely had my cannons firing at the Hell Cannon, not the Chaos Pharaoh Manticore. They look scary, and they are scary, but the Hell Cannon is just like the dwarves' worst enemy. It's so good at killing dense formations of dwarves. So I would say that is the big mistake here. You gotta shut down that Hell Cannon. There goes the first transmutation of lead. which basically brings their attack down to, I think a 1% chance. I don't think no. It's a 10%. I think it's 10% is the lowest you can get an enemy's attack success rate. I think it's 10%. So even though their attack, I think, should be like below 0 with that, it's still, I think, technically 10% chance to hit the intended target. So yeah, transmutational lead is a good spot. Whoa. And the hammer is throwing into a marauder group, again, is favoring the side of chaos. These hammers needed to be in the middle of their formation, killing the Chaos Warriors. That's what these units are good for. He's so cool. Big Bird is so cool. Look at that! Look how many units it knocked down at once. Good God. Is Big Bird better than Kolek? You know, I always think Kolek is better. But Kolek can be pinned down. Like, if the enemy wants to, Kolek can die pretty quickly. He's got really low armor. I mean, so does Big Bird. At least Big Bird has a high missile resistance? Hold on. Gonna pause cinematic view for a moment. I need to double check on this. I can't remember if he does. I think he does. Yeah, 70%? I don't think Kolek has that at all. Also, he is unbreakable. Kolek isn't unbreakable, is he? I don't think he is. He's also a spellcaster. A high disruptor with his melee attacks. And that, like I said, you can't really pin him down that easy. Huh, I don't know. What do you think? You think Big Bird's better than Kolek? My gut reaction is Kolek is still big, like, better. At least a better hero killer, because he has that high armor-piercing damage. But I wonder if Big Bird's just better. Never really thought about this before. So let's see. If you take Transmutation of Lead, you can try Gehenna's Golden Hounds. I guess Plague of Rust isn't that bad, but like that doesn't do too much. Basically, this is like the one spell you want. You can also grab Scroll of Shielding. So 1944 compared to him, you probably want everything on him, including his special weapon. Or maybe not. It's up to you. But he would be more expensive if you just take the spells that really matter. The thing about Kolek is that he's more of a hero killer. I mean, look at that weapon damage. You can't argue with that weapon damage. I mean, I guess it's situational. They do two different things. So the melee attack is the same. And his melee defense is higher, right? Yeah. But still, Big Bird has really decent weapon strength, decent charge bonus. On top of that, he's unbreakable. And not as susceptible to missile fire as Kolek is, because Kolek is only 25% and not 70. He also doesn't have magic resistance, so he's more susceptible to Spirit Leech. I don't know. I wonder what you think. Again, I think it's just they do two different things, though. He's more of a hero killer and an anti-large unit, whereas Big Bird is more of like an infantry killer. Also, Big Bird has magical attacks, which can come into play. Anyway, I'm just kind of thinking to myself here. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the battle. Let me know who you think is better. Now, I think Kolek would win in a 1v1 against Big Bird, but, you know, that's not the only thing that matters in this game. But again, hope you enjoyed. I will see you all next time. Take care.